Play, and today we're going up against the video.
And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip. Thank you for tuning in. Now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. Hey guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Larry Sanders?
Well, the one thing that you have to have in basketball is big men who can protect the rim, and that's what Sanders does. He's willing to go up and block shots, really patrol the paint, and protect that rim area.
Yeah, but there's nothing easy in the lane when Sanders is on the floor. Always have to be looking over your shoulder if you plan on putting up a shot with him around. And it's been home cooking for the Kings in the midst of a homestand here in Sacramento. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Marcus Thornton on the wing. Hits the three-point bomb.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
You look at Marcus Thornton out of LSU, 6'4", a scoring guard. He can really light it up in a hurry off the bench.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey guys, a bit ago, Mike Malone and I were able to chat. I asked him about any changes he might make after dropping the first meeting of the year, and he said he wasn't going to tinker around too much. He said, I can't try and adjust every little thing each time we lose. Really, that would lead to more losses for us. Hopefully losing doesn't become a trend, guys.
Doris, thank you so much. And anytime this sort of matchup comes up on the schedule, the emotions are on display, and it should be tight.
And I think the coaches will play a big role tonight, guys, because these teams are so even talent-wise. It may be a strategic move here or there that becomes the difference.
Well, I tend to think that the players are going to dictate and determine what happens between the lines. The coaches might have a role, but from my vantage point, it's always more the players taking care of that than the coaches.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And for Thornton, a second rounder back in 2009. His size does hurt him defensively, but you'd have to say he's exceeded expectations, Clark.
I think so, Kevin. He surprised a lot of people with his ability to provide instant offense. He is pretty locked in with tunnel vision offensively. He's myopic now at that end of the floor. He's thinking about getting the ball and scoring the ball. But in his role, I think he's perfect for it.
And here is Thornton. O.J. Mayo getting it to go from deep. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Here's Butler. That's good. The assist that time.
On that play.
Now, here's Thomas. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. Thornton, no good.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot. 4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Knight against Thomas. He feeds it to Thornton. Lets the 3 fly. Can't hit. Looking at the last game for Sacramento, it was a win against the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
Here's Thomas. After Caron Butler's bucket, here's Landry. Soft touch off the glass. Landry's got 5 points so far.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass. Him that wide open behind the arc.
And here is Thomas, right now averaging 17 points a game. Here's Landry, and the basket good. He 7.
He has great dexterity inside. Can contort his body, shift in midair, hang time. He can protect the ball and finish through contact. Just an impressive player in the paint.
And Steve, that's not a skill that most players have. I mean, that's exactly why they try to feed it to him in the paint whenever possible.
Now Thornton. Brandon Knight missing on the 3. Outside Thomas. 17-foot shot on the way. That's short off the rim. Milwaukee leading by 3. And here's Mayo from beyond the arc. That's good. Mayo's got 6.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Thornton no good.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Knight kicks to Butler. And there's a whistle that goes on Luke, Richard, and Bahamute. That is his first foul of the game.
You know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game.
Not really set in that situation.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Sacramento on defense. 6-point game. Harris passes to Delfino. Here's Rittenauer. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
The Kings have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off.
He doesn't have the elite speed or shooting ability to be an impact starter, but Luke Rittenauer, with his experience in the league, the way he can run an offense, his ball handling skills, and his three-point shot-making ability, is ideally suited to be a
Off the last few seasons, Steve, but he's still one of the top mid-range shooters in the game.
Yes, he is. Former 14th overall pick out of Oregon back in 2003. You know, defensively, he can sometimes be at a disadvantage, but he's really carved out a nice, long career.
Here is Vasquez. After the made shot from Rittenauer. The dish to McLemore. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You know, they've up to a lot of loose balls and rebounds here early on.
Love the work ethic they've come out of the locker room with.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Warriors. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, the Kings. They're much further down in the standings right now.
You know, for the Kings, they've remained again this season on the losing side more often than not. This is a team that, not surprisingly, has continued to struggle.
And as much as most of us would love to kick off an extra long summer break, for NBA players, the postseason is what you live for. You want a short summer. You want to play deep into the playoffs.
And, for the Kings, with the new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new dynamism around this team, too.
And Delfino drops them both. And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento this season with new ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings.
Now Harris, after the missed 3 from Outlaw. It's Delfino outside. They grab their own miss. And Julia, good.
And I'll tell you what, they've been a step slow here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they're allowing too many open shots. They've seemed a little sluggish to me.
Vasquez dishes to McLemore. Pass to Thompson. He kicks to Vasquez. Tries again. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
For Sacramento, they have gone 1 of 3 at the line here.
Well, you look at the numbers, 79% as a team on the season. That's very impressive.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. The Bucks on top, leading by 10. Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark and Steve. And hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Milwaukee.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And now let's check the quarter of play. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. Mayo out there with Jay. And it's Butler in at the three. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, Jay in that last game against the Warriors got the job done. He ended with 17 points, and there weren't too many shots that didn't fall for him. Really efficient night from the field. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, Doris, well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game, or has it, like Steve began taking a toll physically?
I think it just depends on the individual, Kevin. Probably depends on how he's feeling physically overall. But usually a guy who has a big night like that, it's going to carry over. Just the confidence. It'll carry to the next game.
Yeah, I would not disagree with you there, Steve. There's something about confidence in this game that really fuels you and energizes you. When you've performed well, then you feel like you can do it again and again and again.
Knight for three, and he gets the bucket. Knight's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Outside for Thornton from downtown. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
Thornton against Butler. Adds in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Thornton.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Inside, here's Sanders. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, in terms of interior defenders, he's right there with the best of them. His block totals are amazing.
Yeah, he can just swallow up some shots, and you better get it around him because you're not going to get it over him. You either go through him or around him, not over top of him.
Misses. The Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against Golden State.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys, is really how this team clicks. When they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. To be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team's building. Really solid.
No good on the free throw.
And you look at Landry, and he does lack the size of most power forwards, but he's excellent at finishing around the goal, and it helps him keep defenders honest with a nice, reliable outside shot, too.
And he sinks the second. And Carl Landry's such a great knack for scoring around the rim.
He's a tough guy, a genuine tough guy. He gets the ball in the paint, and he'll go up and score with little jump shots or maybe put-back shots. Great hands, and really keeps himself in good condition.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And the Kings making a change here. Fredette is checked in. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Knight against Thomas. On the wing, Thornton. He had 28 points in the win against San Antonio, and that is good.
And I'm just impressed with his effort, guys, because we know he's hurting out there.
Bucks leading by 3. Inside, here's Sanders, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Thomas a screen. Now, here is Fredette, guarded by Mayo. Dishes it to Landry. 4 on the shot clock. Up and in on the layup. Landry's got 10 points.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
And that is good.
What a floor leader he's been at the offensive end.
You know, he's done a terrific job of moving the ball around, sharing it, dispersing it, and running the show.
Thornton for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
Super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Pachulia, he's checked in for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Ilyasova. Shots good by Neal.
Up for the hoop.
Fredette inside the three-point line. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
They're having much more success here in the second after missing on a few chances that they had earlier. They've locked in and zoned in here now.
Pachulia kicks tonight. 1:33 left in the second quarter. Thomas with the steal. Feeds to Landry. The rebound by Middleton.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Takes a 3. Landry grabs the miss. Landry's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Fredette gets a screen from Thompson. The steal. Knight against Thomas. Knight passes to Pachulia. Neal dishes to Pachulia. That is good. Pachulia's got his second basket of the game.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Here's Fredette. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Well, you look at Jimmer Fredette, the leading scorer in the nation this senior season at BYU, a huge star, unlimited range on that jump shot. And we know he can shoot and he can score, but the challenge will be to find a position in the NBA. Is he a point guard? Is he a 2 guard? I think eventually he'll find a role and be very productive.
And that one falls for Fredette. And you know, for Fredette, taken 10th in the 2011 draft and still putting it together.
You know, it's interesting when you look at Fredette. The size and athleticism of the NBA has been a bit of a problem for him, but, you know, in college he was the focal point and could shoot himself into a rhythm. Now he has to adjust to being a bit more of a role player, and that's a hard adjustment, Kevin.
And Fredette drops them both.
And at the free throw line, it's all about consistency with him. Same routine, same stroke.
Harris with it. 17 points in his last outing. Pass to Ridnour. The feed to Neal. 6 to shoot. Now, here's Ridnour. He's guarded by Vasquez. The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. That's good from Ridnour. And the Kings making a change here. Both free throws good from Ridnour.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second. getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And, you know, this lead is going to grow if they can continue to get to the free throw line.
Vasquez drops in the layup for two.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
But it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
And no good trying to get that one. And we're through two here and a good one. Bucks lead by 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin, here with Larry Drew. And, Coach, some big minutes in that first half from your bench. How much does it mean that they can come in and give you that kind of lift?
Yeah, I'm very pleased with them. My guys have done a good job. Our bench is pretty solid. And when they come in the game, you know, we expect them to play defense first, and then we'll see what happens on the offensive end.
Coach, thank you. Kevin, in the NBA, the reserves so crucial.
All right, Doris, thank you. And, folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
Now, presented by Sprint.
So good to have you along on 2K Sports as the season nears its end. Let's check out what's going on. The Milwaukee Bucks have the lead against Sacramento. They're racking up the assists, great passing in the early going. A nice start for Caron Butler. His field goal percentage through the roof recently, and he is on fire again tonight. His field goal percentage has been great. A lot of high-quality looks. That'll be all for this episode. It's in the books. I'm all done reading. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
Nice quarter for Thornton. He's got 11 points, and he's drained 3 three-point bombs so far.
Tell you what, he should not hesitate to keep firing from out there because he's got the touch tonight.
Thomas and Thornton pairing up in the back. Luke Richard and Bahamute out there with Carl Landry, and it's Patterson in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Knight against Thomas. And there's the pass to Landry. The shot is off. Great D that time from Ilyasova. Bucks leading by 7. Knight with it. Now Thomas defending. Mayo against Thomas. Mayo kicks to Ilyasova. And stolen by Thornton. And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go. He dishes it to Amute. Count the bucket.
Great assist there. Led him to the perfect spot.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over that last break. Too many of their shots have been low percentage, he told them. He wants better ball movement on the perimeter to get the shooters better looks. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thank you, Doris. Got 13.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Out to the right wing. From deep, Ilyasova. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Knight against Thomas. From outside the arc. Rebound, Milwaukee. Ilyasova's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Thomas goes in. And that one's good. Thomas got his first points in this one.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Here's Sanders. It's hauled in by Thomas.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Into Patterson. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Harris is checked in for Knight. Bucks leading by 6. Harris outside. Kicks it to Butler. Shoots the 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. That's 10 points for Butler.
Well, he's got that quick trigger, a very quick trigger on his shot, and doesn't hesitate to pull up as soon as he gets his hands on the ball. He's a very aggressive player.
Well, defensive pressure is always going to be at its weakest in that instant when the pass is there. Having field catching.
They'll take it the other way. Feeds to Thornton. Back to Thomas. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contest.
He has been terrific, can pass and score, and has stepped into the starting point guard role for the Kings and showed he belonged.
And the first one at the line is good. Going back to Isaiah Thomas and the Kings. His emergence was a pretty nice story for this team.
Well, he's always been doubted because he's only 5'9".
Harris. Pass to Sanders. Ilyasova down low. He's guarded by Mbamute. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
He had no problem knocking down that shot, and a little more damage inflicted on another defensive lapse.
Mbamute is screen on Ridman. Here's Vasquez. And the layup's good off the glass. Vasquez has got his second basket of the game.
Boy, they are having their way in the paint right now. So many looks right at the rim.
Defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's helped them get the ball in close time after time, Steve.
Harris misses. Bucks leading by 9. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And 3 rebounds. Tell you what, he's been scary good over that run of games, just taking his usual brand of stellar offense and even building on it.
And Steve, you know that's not easy to do considering
1:14 left in the third. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
and a chance here to see where the Bucks currently sit in the NBA statistically. First in field goal percentage, first in three-point field goal percentage. And they're also ranked number 1 in taking care of the ball, not turn.
Good job. Tough to beat.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Guys, well, Larry Drew had some advice for his team over the last break. He said, open up. Let's start firing to you.
Hey, Doris.
Well done on the inbound.
The Kings trailed by 9.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Now the dish to Delfino. Second shot opportunity. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assists as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Vasquez passes to McCallum. He feeds it to Landry. From about 19 feet, the shot no good.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
No, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Bucks on top, they lead by 12. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And our assist of the game here on replay, presented by State Farm. And this wasn't his only assist, folks. 9 assists on the night over the course of the game from Brandon Knight.
Kevin, it's been one great pass after another for him. Just a huge amount of scoring generated by his court vision.
Milwaukee leading by 12. And Milwaukee looking at who they got. Harris, he's in at point guard. Caron Butler is out there with Mayo. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Sanders in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Caron Butler is one of those rock-solid, steady vets. Just a pro's pro, we call him. Entering the final year of his contract. You know he's looking to be aggressive out there.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And for Butler out of UConn, a good defender, Steve, a good jump shot.
Yep, played in one All-Star game back with the Wizards. Now going into his 12th year in the league.
Great outside the arc.
Harris outside. Drains the 19-footer. Now here's Vasquez. Vasquez gets a screen from Landry. Patterson dishes to Vasquez. He kicks it to Thornton. Pass to Landry. 6 on the shot clock. 13 feet away. Rebound, Milwaukee. Sanders has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight. Rebounds have played a big
Able to get to that, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Unloads, and the basket by Harris. Harris has got 4 this quarter. Timeout called by the Kings.
Well, they were getting run ragged out there. Good time for a timeout. Maybe it was even too late, but this club has to regroup now.
Boy, I tell you what, it wasn't pretty, and they definitely needed to take a minute to talk things over.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He said they're not working hard enough to get open looks. With too many shots coming against tight defense, they're going to start running more set plays. Also, he said that he'd like them to operate quickly on offense, finding and taking shots early in the shot clock. A few late-on-the-fly adjustments as the situation gets more desperate for them. It's going to be a tough hill to climb, guys.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Harris, right side, nails the 16-footer.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Patterson a screen on Harris. Dishes to Thornton. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
And Butler, here we go. Expanding his range. Another triple from Harris. Harris has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
Thomas kicks to Mbahamute. Back to Thomas. Shoots from 14. Jump shot is good that time. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Harris kicks to Butler. Thomas against Harris. Fires it up. Misses off the left iron. The Kings trailed by 19. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Thomas. Drops one in from the wing. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, for Patrick Patterson last season, he was part of a deadline trade from the Rockets to the Kings, and I think he's a good fit with this team. They need outside shooting. He's a face-up four-man who started to shoot with range out to behind the arc now.
Harris against Thomas. Beyond the arc. And again for three. The basket is good from Harris. And the Bucks lead by 20.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
You mentioned the fit with Patterson on this team. Hard-working player. Always been a good locker room guy.
Yeah, a former teammate. He's a good influence there. He's a quality defender, something they needed as well.
Steps back and shoots. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Thomas against Harris. A floater. And there it is again from him. Shot good from Thomas. Thomas got 10 points here in the second half. Bucks leading by 17. Harris outside. From beyond the arc, the rebound by Patterson. Kings have gone 4 of 8 in this.
That all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide. Well, the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way their home team played here today.
And they shouldn't be pleased. I mean, it's a very well-deserved win, Steve. They came into this building and weren't intimidated at all. They were the aggressors.
Here is Harris. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tries it from 19, and he gets it to go. And the Bucks lead by 19.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
Thomas kicks to Patterson. It's hauled in by Harris. The Bucks have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. From 11 feet away, and another basket for Milwaukee.
And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And, Steve, they did it in style, a beat down the entire way.
And repasses to Thomas. Goes back up. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly.
Well, congratulations on the win, Brandon. And what did you guys do well tonight that helped contribute to your success?
We just stay focused. Today we were able to continue saying, what we believe in.
It all came together for you, Brandon. Thank you so much. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan player of the game, Shane.
I really appreciate that, Coach. You will not be disappointed, I promise. Yes, sir, for sure. I'll see you soon.
Yo, check it out. watching you pretty close lately. They liking what they seen.
Gatorade, dog? Yo, that's sick. So what's up? You got a deal lined up or something?
Well, sorta. Here's the setup. They're looking to get as much exposure as they can, right? So, they want you to up your game over the next 2 weeks. More attention on you means more attention for them.
All right, up my game. That ain't the problem. I mean, what exactly I have to do?
Get hot. Score above your season average over the next 10 games. It'll be a nice little payout, plus some cool promotional work in return.
Yo, that sounds easy enough, bro. I'm gonna get on that for you. Gatorade.
Show.
Come on, man. Let's hit this 2K.
Your flight crew wants to be the first to welcome you to Los Angeles. Please prepare for landing.
Alright, if you enjoyed the video, my name is Jaquavius Leonard Harris. On the next episode, we'll be versing the Los Angeles Clippers. On the bell notification, then you can, but I suggest not to. I just want y'all to subscribe, and yeah, man. I catch you guys in the next video.